evaluate the way you played on Sunday, do you look back at certain plays and what plays you can have back and what you would have done differently? And if so, what would those be?
Yeah, I mean, there's always there were some ones down the field I definitely wish I had back some ones early on. Hit more towards the second half and the back half of the game. But that's just kind of how it goes. We're going to take it a week at a time. Most important thing is we got the win. But there's definitely things to build off of and things to learn from.
When you're running the ball in one situation, starting to run or early go situations, what are you looking for? What are the keys you're looking for when you step up the line?
I think it's easier late in the game than it is early on. Early on, you got to get a feel for it. And what they're doing, you're kind of taking an educated guess and you're going to go from there. But towards the end of the game, I had a pretty good feel of how they were playing it. That's why I just took it and sidestepped to the right and felt like there'd be a free gap, and luckily there was.
You see a lot of times guys try to just pull their way forward. They don't try to pick a hole.
Yeah, well, it's if there's a crease, I'll definitely take it. But if there's three guys up in there, obviously the point man is going to take the center, and the two tackles are going to knife the A gap. So if I can get to the B gap, I feel like I'll be all right, and it worked out.
Can you find it all beneficial? You didn't play in the opener, but prepared for this team, you studied it. Now they come around again. Does it feel a little different this time?
Obviously, yeah, because I'm getting the reps and I'm playing. But definitely trying to use the experiences that we had that first week, and as a team and as an offense, and trying to go based off of that. And I got to learn from that film and adjust and get them here the second time around.
Dating back to your first appearance in the red zone is there, you'd like to see improvements. Just what about that area makes it challenging from that perspective? Where do you feel like you're at in progress there?
Yeah, we're not where we need to be, and obviously there's less grass, right? So I mean it's tighter windows, the timing, everything's faster. I got to meet the guys, at certain spots, with the ball. They got to get there on time. So it's definitely, the game changes when you get down there, right? The calls change, the system really changes. So there's things that we definitely need to get better at. I think we've definitely had improvements, but not where we need to be.
DeAndre said that he sees the biggest growth for you in your decision making, things that he's seeing in practice. I mean, how do you feel like your decision making has evolved, especially in practice?
Yeah, it's going to continue to get better, and I'm nowhere near where I want to be or where I need to be. So it's a day at a time, and like I said, there's things that definitely that we like that I've done that I can continue to improve on, and there's things I need to get a lot better at. So it's really knowing what those are, find that out, and then going and attacking that.
What do you have to do to
get better at? Is that largely tied to when you get rid of the ball, sack totals that have gone up in recent weeks?
Yeah, a little bit of both, but I mean, we want to take more shots too, right? So I got to hold the ball a little bit longer and let guys get down the field. But it's also knowing when to get out of my hands and get the ball down to the check down or utilize my legs. Like, I feel like I did, a good job at times with that and moving the chains and, having one explosive, that helped us out. So yeah, it goes hand in hand with everything in the offense.
When you look back at the film, especially from the last 2 weeks, was there a play or two, sack or two that you took against the Saints and the Eagles and you thought, okay, that's on me, I can't do that again? Like,
yeah,
one or two come to mind.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's just time and situation and knowing when to get the ball out and knowing when we want to take a shot and that goes with just working more with Coach Canada and knowing his calls and I think each week it's definitely gotten better and having that bye week to address what we need to address and continue to build on certain things. I think we'll only see improvements if we keep having the same attitude like we had today at practice.
How do you think the distribution went without Chase and trying to fill in the target team?
I think it went well. Obviously he's a great player that like I said, it's going to be by committee. I don't think one guy is going to step up and be able to replace Chase, but like I said before, we have a great wide receiver room that I think all those guys are ready, and the two leaders that we have in there that obviously are going to get most of the targets, and Tay and George are ready to step up and get more, and we're all working together, so it's been going well.
George has kind of become that jet sweep guy, at least he was in the last game. I mean, what is it about his skill set that kind of makes him fit in that role?
I think it's just another way to give him the ball. We want to get him touches, and he's really never really had that wing spot. I don't think on that. It was just we were in a personnel where we wanted to go tempo, and he had to be that guy. And I'm glad I was able to give it to him. And he got in the end zone. I think next time, hopefully, he goes around the outside and he could walk in. But he wanted to get the touchdown quick, so it was good.
Can you get Pat more involved in the red zone? Pat had a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah, no, he's another guy that can get a lot more involved. That's something we'll look at and we'll continue to do. The two targets we had to him, that we had the one PI, and then we just missed on the one back shoulder, but it's something that we got to keep working at. And those were 2 good opportunities, but I think we could definitely get more.
Kenny, did you feel like as you guys kept running the ball more and more effectively that maybe more things were opening up for you in the passing game? How do you carry that?
Absolutely. We want to be a balanced offense, and I think with how our system is and the way things balance off each other, it's great to have that balance. When you're one-dimensional, it makes you a lot easier to stop. So if we continue to have that running game and have the passing game open it up, or vice versa, whatever it may be, it's very good to be balanced and a lot tougher to defend.
Locker room in here today feels kind of lively. I mean, just what kind of difference have you noticed just in how you guys have responded after the win on Sunday?
Yeah, it's just winning obviously puts a smile on everyone's face. So winning cures all. So that's really what we're focused on. And I thought we had a really good day of practice. Got to continue to prepare that way. With a great team coming in.
Kenny, Coach Tomlin mentioned that the Bengals are a team that's not afraid to kind of put some exotic blitzes out there. Just from a quarterback perspective, what kind of challenges does that present?
Yeah, you got to be prepared. The Saints did more than we expected going into this one. I'm going to expect pressure, expect them to come after me, and then adjust from there. I think having last week's experience will definitely help us and help myself to have a plan going in to attack them. Whichever way they attack us, we have an answer for it. So we're taking a day at a time in our prep for that.
Eddie, we've talked a lot to you throughout the weeks about the cerebral parts of playing the position. How would you kind of self-evaluate so far the physical aspects, ball placement, velocity, distance, things of that nature?
Yeah, there's it's tighter windows obviously in the NFL, and you have to know how to throw each ball differently, right? You can't throw the same ball for every route or every situation. So it's just learning that and timing with the guys. And there was a lot of timing throws out there in the past couple of weeks that I don't think we would have been making earlier in the year with the less time I've had with these guys. So it's something that we're going to continue to build on. But definitely seen improvement so far.
Has that part of the transition surprised you at all in terms of the tighter window, speed of the game, anything like that can lead to problems you didn't have?
Yeah, it's definitely faster, definitely tighter windows. I came in with high expectations, and obviously definitely met those. So I have to be on point. The guys have to be on point with where they're getting in depth route-wise and timing and all that stuff. It all works together. So if one guy's a little off, it probably won't go our way. So that's what we're trying to get.
One more question. You said earlier you missed a couple guys. How often do the guys come up to you after play and say, "Hey, I was open, you missed me," and how much does that help with your progression, maybe?
Yeah, sometimes that's not, you don't want that. Everyone could be open on every play. They could come back and tell me, and then you watch the film and you're like, I don't know, And so the guys are awesome with that. No one says anything. We talk on the sidelines like, hey, I think we're going to have this or we could have that based off of what we saw on the previous drive. And we all want to win, so that's all we're working towards. And, we have good communication, like I said, and we get back on the same page.
Thanks, Eddie.